That's You, which just came out. It's free for PS Plus subscribers. And That's You, it's really just them going for a Jackbox Party Pack style fibbage meets drawful experience where it's a lot of playing off the group. And I played it over the break. Not great. Not great.
Is it just pure imitation territory? Like
it is, but I feel like Jackbox, it makes you appreciate the hell out of everything about the Jackbox experience. Like the writing is so good. Like there's so many prompts in Jackbox where I'm probably too obnoxious with this, but I'm the guy that's in the room like, you guys realize how smart that prompt is? That's brilliant. Oh, they're so smart down there. And this, it's just mediocre writing, mediocre performance from the announcer guy, Chip Masterson or whatever equivalent, and then also it's just padded out. And I feel like Jackbox has been honing more to cut out any filler.
Yeah, like that's honestly my favorite thing about Jackbox because I had a friend in town and my girlfriend and I, we introduced her to Jackbox.
Yeah,
and I think over the past year that I've been playing it, my favorite thing is how concise they are with explaining how you play the damn game.
Right.
Like every time it takes like 5 seconds.
Totally.
Like it's just like you don't have to explain anything. You're just playing and you're like right in the action like nearly immediately. Like no one ever talks about that. That's super impressive and so hard.
And, and even outside of the game, the idea of getting into it, you don't have to download an app. You just go to a browser and it all works fine. This is the opposite where you have to download a separate app. And then you also have to be connected to the same Wi-Fi signal as the PS4 itself.
What?
Yeah.
Do you have to make an account?
No, you don't.
Okay.
Downloading an app is the new make an account. Like
right.
in terms of like if I have to do that, I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, and the payoff in theory, I'm sure their argument would be like there's a little more interactivity. It's not just a matter of like hitting things on the browser with Jackbox, which I think is all you need. Mm-hmm. Like there's little options for like playing tokens and you're actually like flicking it up. So there's more interaction on your phone if you want it.
I'm out.
But also, it's just silly because like,
Jamie.
it doesn't give you points if it's like, okay, take a picture of this guy in the group, and then we're going to put it on the screen, then everyone draw on it, and everyone choose which one represents the person best. And you draw a funny picture with a bunch of penises around this gentleman.
Yeah.
Thinking like, oh, the points are coming to me. I thought of putting a penis in this game. But no. You get points if everyone thinks the same way. You don't get points if people choose your wonderful creation or your beautiful quip, which is just the opposite.
What?
It's a weird communist approach, which I do not agree. Yeah, so it just...
How are you supposed to know who's the best?
It's all very unclear. And also, it tries to do so many things, and it just doesn't work, where it's like, okay, here's this person in your group. What do they like to do on a Saturday night? And then it'll give you like 4 pictures as options. And it's like an old man swimming, or like a couple looking at beans, or it's like, what the? This is the lamest crap. Like, let me write something
two
funny.
graphics of masturbation.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Old man swimming, I call it.
Man, that just sounds like, why would you inject like complexity, like that muddy complexity into like an experience that is just so much fun because of how simple it is?
And here's the problem. I mean, at its core, I still think it's a fun twist, and you know, I like games that are different, and the idea of a game where you're taking pictures of people with your phone and then occasionally doodling on their faces, like there can be fun in that for sure. So it's tough to poo-poo a game that's thinking outside the box, but when the Jackbox games are just nailing it so well, and then to have just kind of like this padded out, beautiful take on it where you look at these beautiful 3D modeled renders of these environments. Like, this is not what I want from jokes with my friends, you know?
Yeah. And now, so I haven't played it. I don't want to like, you know, badmouth it too much, but I trust your take on it, Hanson, just as the person I know who loves the Jackbox games as much as you do, and just that style of party game. Like if these guys are not, if there's something about this that isn't hitting the note for you, then I think I'll just pass.
Well, what if I told you that a single game of it takes like 45 minutes?
Jesus, what?
No! There's like 7 rounds. It takes forever. It's like every aspect. It's just a little bit off. But it's free.
That is another great thing about the Jackbox games, by the way. To use this game as a platform to talk about a different, better game.
Yeah, that's right.
Is like with a few exceptions, the Jackbox games very rarely have that like not only are they brief enough, but there's also just not a ton of downtime for it. You know, it's like, hey, take a few seconds, write down a few things. All right, now we're back to funny stuff.
TKO is like the longest build. Yeah. That game is totally worth it in Jackbox Party Pack 3. It has the probably the biggest laughs, I think, even though it takes a long time to build up.
Is that the one we tried to play during Extra Life, or is that a different one?
Were you drawing T-shirts and writing a million prompts? Yeah, especially in Extra Life when you're live streaming, it does feel like, okay, let's get to the jokes. Let's get to the jokes.
That was the Jeff Quirk shirt that said fart sucker.
I feel like whenever you play TKO, it is inevitable that someone will draw a penis.
That's right. Sure. I just thought they came installed on your phone. I didn't know there was an option.
I think it's inevitable. Like, it's going to happen.
Part of me, like playing Jackbox, part of me wants to be like, okay, look, no penis jokes, everyone. It gets old. But then at the same time, it's like, man, a well-deployed penis joke in Jackbox Party can really steal the show.
Thank you so much for watching this excerpt from the Game Informer Show podcast. You can subscribe to the audio version and listen to new episodes airing every Thursday. We cover big games on the horizon, games that we've just reviewed. We have long-form developer interviews, a lot of fun stuff. So check it out every Thursday.